Hello, everyone. Hello, everybody. Luz Evans here with the ring. Hello. How are you doing? Let me know if you see me and hear me fine, friends. You should hear me okay. Hi, Letitia. How are you? You like my hat? Well, I figured that because we're going to be working on this project today, I would have a hat to match with it. How are you doing, guys? I had a little bit of trouble connecting, so I'm glad that we are okay now. Hello, everyone. Good evening. Happy Friday. So today we're going to be working on this beautiful design for you. Those of you that are watching me for the very first time, my name is Luz Evans. We're going to be working on this beautiful whimsy duck or chick. I really hope that you had a chance to get your pattern if you already did. And if you haven't, but you want to learn today how to make this cute and you want to get the pattern afterwards, you can do it. Now, remember that this pattern is available in the shop. I linked the item to my shop, okay? So you're going to be able to see it in the comment section and also in the description of this video. That's where you're going to find a link that if you click on it, it's going to take you straight to this duck or chick, whichever use you want to give it, whichever name you want to give it. So how do you like my hat? I think it's adorable, isn't it? So now we're matching. What do you think? So this is what we're working on tonight. If you can help me out, guys, by sharing this video, please, I would very much appreciate it. Remember that the replay will be available. And then once I'm done with the video, I'm also going to be uploading it into YouTube. So it can permanently be there for a replay if you want to do it. After 30 days here on Facebook, the video will be deleted automatically by new Facebook's rules. So make sure that you can go ahead and watch it on YouTube. Also, please make sure that you follow and register, subscribe. Max, stop that. No, go. That you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, okay? Because that's where you're gonna find these classes here that we do on my page, The Read. They're going to my new YouTube channel. Oh, thank you, Sharon. What do you think? You like it? I think I'm gonna be making me one too for in a Easter theme. I want a rabbit, a bunny. So let's see if I can pull it off. But anyway, so here we go. Let's go ahead and get started. If you have any questions, guys, about this pattern, let me know, okay? It's a very simple pattern. I don't think you're going to have any issues doing it or making it, cutting it, putting it together, okay? So, but if you already have gotten your pattern and you have any questions about it, let me know and I will be more than glad to answer any questions you have about that, okay? So let's go ahead and then get started, friends. Let me just close this window. And let's go ahead and get to work on this cute little character. So thank you so much for joining me today. Please, guys, if you can help me out by sharing this video, I would very much appreciate it, friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So let's go ahead and get to work on here, huh? Hey, Catherine, what do you think? You like it? So now I'm matching my little duckling, or little chicken. So whichever. So this is super cute. Let's go ahead and get to work on this, friends. Let me go ahead and give you a different look, different view for this. And let's see if I can get to it. Okay, so there you go. So this is the little design we're working on tonight, guys. So as you see, it's super cute. Look at that tender little face. It kind of makes you melt, huh? So let's go ahead and now get started. Now remember that this design or the process, the technique is very repetitive. Okay, so if you're familiar with my page, you already know normally how I process these items. So we're gonna wrap up the head of this little duckling, and for sake of time, I had already wrapped the body of it. Okay, so it's ready. But the way I'm gonna do the head part of the design, you're gonna repeat the process with the body. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with that. I'm gonna put this guy to the side, and let's go ahead and get to work on this. Okay, so I'm going to add a little bit of polyfill. Now you can also add batting if you wish. Okay, so either way, either material is fine. Now the whole idea, I repeat this many times. The whole idea is for us not to have a flat look. Now, if you want it flat, then you don't even have to add the polyfill, okay? But it's nicer if you can add a little bit of dimension to it, a little bit of depth to it. So the polyfill will do the trick. Okay, so now I am going to use the pretty side of the of the fabric. My vision is horrible. And so I think it's this one here. They look almost the same. Okay, so this is the wrong side of the fabric. And that's the one that it's gonna be facing the polyfill. Okay. I want the pretty side of the fabric out on the outside, right? Because that's what I'm gonna be seeing. I'm pushing my polyfill inside the piece, okay? So that way it's not in the way of the fabric being glued to this cardboard, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and just start gluing the fabric around this piece. Now, you know that I normally cut my fabric larger than what I need. So you can cut it smaller, okay? If you want to save fabric, if you are making these to sell, well, then you probably want to save a little bit more of your supplies. So you might want to cut this just a little bit, half an inch larger than the size of the pieces, okay? That will give you enough room to wrap up your pieces comfortably. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you so much. What do you cut your foam board with? Barbara, I use these from Dollar Tree. They have them in black, and I found them in yellow, and sometimes they have blues. I think these blues, I got them from there too. So that's what I use. Now you can also use an X-Acto knife. I don't like X-Acto knives, guys, because the blade is too short for me. Okay, see the difference? That blade for me is too short because I like to go fast on my pieces, and they sometimes get stuck. And I would have to be buying these all the time because it's it wears out, it's worn out. I mean, I have to just discard it and get a new one. Now these blades are long and they have little sections that I can just clip on them and remove them. Okay, and the rest of the blade would be sharp, so I just keep on trimming the little pieces of blade. It got little sections there that you can cut off, and then you end up with a sharper piece of your blade. These are long and large, and so this is why I like them. Okay, so these are my favorite ones. That's what I use to cut the foam board. These are really good too, but because they're thicker, they tend to be stiffer. And when I am about to turn on sections of my pieces, it can get stuck because this is stiffer. Now this one bends a little bit, so that's why I like it, because when I go over the like edges and curves, I just go like that, and this moves like this, and I just cut it really nicely without any issues. So that's what works the best for me. Now someone asked me if you could cut the foam board with like a hot cutter. And the answer to that is I don't know. I've never tried it. I have yet to try it. I'm going to try it just so I know. I never thought of it. So I only use the heat cutter with the heat wire cutter for styrofoam, but I have never tried it with the foam board. So I don't know if it would work fine because there's some paper in it. Maybe it will be okay, but I would be lying if I tell you that it is because I've never tried it. Okay, and so now I have both pieces, okay? And now the whole idea is I'm gonna glue that piece here on top of this body, like that, okay? So remember this, you just barely add a little bit of glue, okay? I'm not gonna be placing this piece way too low like that, okay? So the whole idea is to still have some of this body for it to be visible, okay? So I would say maybe at most a finger, okay, of space. That's all I need. So this face or hat or head can be on top of this body like that. Okay, I'm not looking for anything too low, or I'm not gonna do it any like that either. Now, like that, if you want to do it like that, you can. Okay, that's no problem. That can be very well done too. Okay, it's perfect like that too. Okay, but me, I'm just gonna add a little bit of glue and I'm gonna put this on top of the piece. So either way you decide, it's okay. So you decide which way you want it. So I'm just gonna go a tiny little bit over, okay? And then I'm gonna wait for it to be cool, okay? And then I'm gonna get a piece of wire. I'm gonna get a piece of wire. We'll get some tomorrow. Somewhat, Barbara. Oh, some of the blades. Yeah, Dollar Tree. That's where I get mine. You can also find them on Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but you're gonna pay a little bit more. So why paying more if you can get three for $1.25 at Dollar Tree, right? All right, so here, guys, look. Remember, we've done that many times. We need to do a fold in there. Can somebody tell me why we do a fold? Let's do a pop quiz. Why do we have to fold this? So right at the section where this ends, okay, right there, I'm just gonna keep my finger there. I'm gonna place my pliers and I'm gonna do a fold towards me and the other one is away from me, okay? So like that. So why are we doing this fold, you friends? And so we're gonna end up with something like that. So remember, if you watch me, you already know why we do this fold. It's because here we have a lip, okay? So if we don't do the fold, the wire is not gonna have even contact with this and this, okay? So, and we need to have even contact, okay? So it's, you see now how we have it? All right, so now I'm gonna grab a piece of fabric, some of the scraps of fabric that you cut out. Yep, that's right, Terry. That's why we do this. It's very important, guys. Now, if you would have glued the head even with the body, like I showed you earlier, then you would not need to do the fold. It's not necessary, okay? It's only necessary when the pieces are not at the same level. And this is so we can make sure that we have good contact. The wire has good contact with both pieces that are going to be holding the different parts of this body, okay? That is the only reason we do it. That's the only reason we do it. Okay. Any excess of fabric you can trim if you wish. And once you do that, guys, in a perfect world, when you are working on your own and have your time, and especially if you are making multiples of these, Okay, you have your assembly line, right? You would give all this time to cool once you have added your wire, okay? And so this is also why we add wire to our prettiest look so they can have stability because we don't have, remember, we don't have anything holding these pieces together. So the wire does that for us, okay? All right. So now I'm gonna give this a few seconds, okay? I'm gonna let it cool. And let's work on the little wing section. So on the little wings, you're gonna cut two wings, right? Double, front and back. I use fabric for these, okay? And I'm gonna glue them because remember we're not sewing, so we're gonna glue them. So I'm gonna add hot glue, and when I add the glue, guys, you wanna add it the closest you can to the edge of the piece, okay? The closest you can to the edge of the piece. If you see that some of the glue is squeezing out, is getting out, then while it's hot, you may need to remove it with something like a toothpick or a piece of wire or something that is pointy and thin. Okay. And if you don't do it while it's warm, then don't worry about it. Just let it cool. And then later you come back and trim it off with your scissors. Okay. So don't panic if you see the glue squeezing out. Sherry, I'm using fleece material. You can also use felt, but I have to tell you, I don't. I have used it, but I normally don't like felt for these materials. But if you are painting, like if you are enhancing some of the sections of the character, if you really want to take your time with adding more paints, details, and stuff like that, probably felt would be a nice option, a good option. You can use your acrylic paint pens and they would work a lot easier with felt than they would do with fleece because fleece has texture on it, has that little like fur, right? Like little fibers of soft fabric that gets in the way of the paint. So that does not happen with felt. So as far as painting goes, you can do a better job with felt than you can with fleece. Okay, so now I'm gonna stuff it, you guys. Now don't overstuff, you guys, because remember, we just want to show some kind of like fullness on these. We are definitely not want them to be extremely full, okay? Because we don't want them to come apart or come up open. Okay, so now that I have stuffed this, I'm gonna add a little bit of glue here, okay, and close it up. Audrey, the wire is in your instruction list, in your supply list. When you get the pattern, guys, you get a supply list too. I give you all that information there. So I give you a list and I tell you what you're going to be needing. Now, the only thing you don't get, guys, with this pattern is the eyes, okay? Because the eyes are resinized and they require a process to be made. I'm looking at the possibility of selling the eyes already made, guys. I'm talking to somebody about that right now, so we'll see if this person can make them for me. Okay, so now I have both wings, right? So these are ready. Now let's go ahead and start working with this. Now at this point, guys, since I'm not putting anything behind this, I'm just gonna go ahead and cover the back now, okay? So I'm going to cover the body first. Okay. So I'm gonna cover this body first. Before, when I started selling the eyes, guys, I was making them and it would take me forever. Like I was really using a lot of my time trying to make the eyes. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna sell them the templates and they can make them. And if I just show them a tutorial, they can go and make their own. And so I decided to change it that way. Okay. All right. So that's the cover for the back. Now I'm gonna do the cover for the cute little head. Okay. Those are cut to size, right? Because we're not wrapping up the piece anymore. We're just covering. Now, if you are a neat crafter and you don't mind showing the back of your pretties, I do. That's why I cover them. But if you're neat, um, and you don't mind showing the mechanics of your pretty, I mean, the back is not gonna be, nobody's gonna see it anyway. It's not gonna be displayed. So that would be like up to you. That would be optional. Me, I normally don't sell anything. When I used to sell things already done, I would never like to show my mechanics. But that's just because I'm not very neat when I work on my things. So that's why I always cover them. All right, so that now I have my back covered, okay? And look at how cute this looks. Okay, so I'm going to add, guys, I'm going to add a little bit of color on these cheeks, okay? What do I use, Barbara? I use regular markers. Like these markers, like regular markers, like those that I also buy them at Dollar Tree. Or I buy these are for fabric, okay? I get them from Hobby Lobby. But since I'm cutting through the lines, just any marker will do. I've tried different things, and the best thing that I like that works for me is any ordinary markers, guys, permanent markers. That's what I use because again, remember most of the time I use fleece. Pens don't do a very good job with fleece, so I need something uh, that is more heavy duty. All right, so I'm gonna add now color. Hey Dewey, how are you? So I'm gonna add the color for the cheeks, guys. Now remember that this part is optional. I always like to add color to the faces, even if it's just a little bit. But I think this is what adds the personality to your pretties. This is what adds those special touches to the characters. I've been to Ross and TJ Maxx and I forget about this brush. I like these brushes. And I broke it. I broke the handle and I've been meaning to get me a new set and I keep on forgetting about it. I always remember when I'm about to use them again. Okay. So now that I have added that color, you guys, see? Now let's go ahead and add the first overlay, which is going to be this one. Now this part, guys, this it's marked on your pattern so you know to cut those out. And for these, because these are small sections, then I do use my X-Acto knife for these. Okay, so when they're small detail pieces, then that's when I use my X-Acto knife. I have more control on these for smaller areas. Okay, all right. So this I'm gonna glue. Okay, and I'm gonna glue it, guys, to the very edge of the piece, okay? To the very edge of the piece. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to, first of all, I'm gonna make sure that I have it placed right. Okay. That is gonna look good once I uh, glue it. Okay. And so I'm just gonna add glue to the very edge of the body. Okay. And so now I'm gonna bring my piece back. And I'm gonna, when I apply it, I'm gonna hold it. And with my hands, I'm gonna bring it all the way to the edge. Okay. And I'm gonna hold it there with my fingers, okay, for a minute. Just giving a chance to that glue to start cooling. Okay. Okay. And so now look at how pretty it looks. Now this part right here, see how it's floating? You can leave it like that because it's an egg, right? He's hatching. So it's moving inside the egg, right? So you can leave it like that, or if you want those flat, okay, you can just add a few dots of glue here and there wherever you feel you need them, and add pressure to them, okay? So either way, I'm gonna leave mine like that, okay, because it adds movement. So I'm gonna leave it like so. And then I'm gonna start working on, let's go ahead, I'm gonna warm up the mouth or the part of the beak and the feet, okay? These feet will go like that. Now you can glue them like this, no problem. But you know that I like to change the way they look a little bit. So I'm gonna add heat to these and I'm gonna add heat to that. Now, if you look at the feet, guys, these have a little bit on the very edge. I added a little bit of color with a marker, okay? So I'm gonna do the same thing with the beak, okay? So let me just show you what I did. So you're gonna get a color, whatever color you want. I'm using this brownish color. This is acrylic paint pens, okay? And I'm going to, on the very edge of the piece, I'm gonna use my marker and I'm gonna use that color there, like so. And on this, and on this little section here, on here, I'm gonna make a little line, okay? So it's gonna go like this, and then like that. Okay, like that. That's all I'm gonna do to it. All right. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of heat to those pieces. I'm gonna use my iron to do that. Okay. So I'm gonna turn it on. Now, do you need to apply heat? No, you don't need to. But I'm going to because I like it. Okay. So I'm just going to make sure that it gets hot. How is everyone doing? Tracy, the pattern about okay. I answered that. Okay, thank you, Audrey. Awesome. Okay, Barbara. Makes me so cute with the added highlights. Yes, it does. Hola, lindo trabajo. Saludos desde Perú. Hola, Sara, ¿cómo estás? Gracias por acompañarnos hoy. Te lo agradezco muchísimo, compañera. Okay, so I'm going to wait for this to get hot, guys, because it's not hot enough yet. Okay? Now, these guys, I want to show you something. Now, when I warm up these feet, guys, okay, they're going to bubble up, okay? But I want them to be like, in other words, he's sticking his feet out like that. So you're supposed to see the bottom of his feet, not the top, okay? So what I'm gonna do is on the side that I painted them, that's the side that I'm gonna put touching the um the arm, okay? Because that's the part that I want it to be shaped, okay? So I'm just gonna I'm gonna put it on the arm and I'm gonna wait for that to do the magic, okay? Okay, so it's gonna start to bubble up here in a minute. Okay, it's starting to bubble up a little bit. You see how it's lifting up a little bit? Okay, so now I'm gonna remove it now, okay? And on the surface, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna hold it. I want it to touch the whole surface, okay? Even though I'm gonna glue them the opposite side on this side, okay? But I want them to be bubbled up in the center. Okay, so I'm gonna let them cool, but what I want you to see is this. See, they're not flat anymore, they're lifted on the edges, okay? So these are not flat anymore, they're curved, they're curled. I'm not sure if you see them, but see how they're like curled up on the edges? Okay, that's how I want it. So now I'm gonna go the other one. The part that I marked is the one that will be touching the arm. Now on this one, I'm gonna do the opposite because I want the bubbled up side to look for me to look at. Okay, so this is the part without the paint is what is gonna be touching the arm. Okay. Okay, I think this is ready too. So. Okay, so now that was ready. I'm gonna leave it there so it can finish cooling. And I'm gonna work on this. That's the beak. See, I want that to bubble up like so. Okay. Just guide the piece so it can be even on the surface. It's bubbled up in the center except for the edges. Okay, that's what I want. All right, so that's all I'm gonna do with this. Okay, that's all I need the iron for. Okay, so now I'm ready for these pieces. And they harden really quickly. I mean, they're ready very quickly. I don't have to wait too long for them to cool. Okay, so now, before I do the feet, let's work on the face a little bit. Okay, so this guy is gonna go like that. I'm gonna bring my, the eyes, okay, because I wanna make sure that they're gonna be at the right height before I commit to gluing anything. You can also separate the eyes a little bit more, guys. Play around with the look, okay? I normally like to keep them a little bit together, but a lot of people like the opposite. They like to keep them separate, okay? Because I think the look is a little bit different depending on what you want, right? See, look at how cute he looks there. I mean, and the eyes are not too together. Okay, they're separate, and he looks still very cute, okay? So whichever way you like, okay, then that's what you do. Now, before you commit to gluing anything, you're gonna get another piece, the piece above the head, okay? Make sure, always place this first so you know if you have enough room for this. Now, one thing that I want you to see is in the back, when you glue that, this is not gonna be aligned to this. It's meant to come over or get taller than this part, okay? Because if you put it matching the head, okay, then you're gonna end up with all these very low, which is fine. If you like it like that, then you do it, okay? If you want to match that, okay, if you want to match it like so, okay, that's fine if that's what you want to do too, okay? But you won't get to see a lot more of the face, and you're gonna have to bring this a little bit lower, okay? If you don't mind that, then that's fine. You can do it like so, okay? So I'm gonna stick with what I was doing on the other one. So I'm just gonna go a little bit higher because I'm gonna put also a bow there. And let's try separating the eyes on this one, just so we can have a difference, a little bit of difference in the look, okay? So, oh, he looks super cute. And this will go, you can also do this the other side, like so. Okay, like that is very cute too. Or you can also put it straight. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Or you can do it like I did it on the other side, like so. Okay, whichever way, which one do you like best? Okay, so I'm gonna glue this little beak first. Okay, so I'm gonna add, you can use super glue or you can do what I do, which is hot glue. Okay, either is fine. So just be careful with you not burning yourself. Okay, like so, like so. And now I'm gonna glue. Now I'm gonna glue the eyes. Okay, I like them where they're at. I'm just gonna secure them with hot glue. That's one. And now the other one. It's gonna go like so, right? Oh, he's super cute, you guys. And apply a little bit of pressure. Oh, look at this, you guys. Super cute. Okay, so now before I glue this, I'm gonna give those eyes a little bit of color. Okay, we've done that many, many, many times. So I'm gonna use some of this brown makeup. You can also add eyebrows to this, but you know, I did give some eyebrows to the other one, but they kind of got a little bit covered by the egg, which is fine still, you know, it doesn't matter. You see how cute he looks? Oh, super adorable, you guys. What do you think? Isn't it awesome? Okay, so I'm going to blow on it a little bit. Oh, look at this, you guys. Isn't it cute? Okay, so let me add a little bit of the eyebrows. Not so much on this because it's gonna be covered, but on that one, on this one here. Like so, okay? And this is gonna go like that. So that's why I'm not gonna add an eyebrow to that side because it's not gonna be seen at all. Like that. And so what I'm gonna do is right here, I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue. Make sure you don't add it too low, you guys, because you don't want it to be visible on here, okay? So when you add your glue, don't add it too low, like that, like so. Oh, super cute. And then here, now I can add a little bit of there. These parts on the end, I normally don't want to add glue on there because I want it to be like that, like floating, okay? Because this is it's his this egg is right, like he's not touching the egg completely. Now these you can leave them like that if you want. If not, you can just add small drop of glue. You don't need a lot of glue. Okay, and glue it to the fabric. All right, look at this. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and add both wings. So that's where we're gonna glue them right there. Because remember, he's sticking his arms out of the egg. Oh, look at how cute. Okay, so just a little bit of glue. That will be the first one. A little bit of glue. And this will be the second one. Oh my goodness, so cute, you guys. Okay, and then all we need, guys, it's a bow for that neck, and then we'll glue the little legs, okay? Then we'll need the little legs. And I'm gonna do a pink bow this time. Let's see, let me do this one. So I'm gonna need a pipe cleaner so I can tie it. So I normally like to do like 4 loops on this. Okay. 2, 3, and 4, like so. And I'm gonna tie it up with my pipe cleaner. Remember that this pattern is available in my Etsy shop, guys. If you are interested, I have a link here in the description of the video. If you click on it, it will take you straight to this item in my Etsy shop, okay? So thank you so much, guys, for all your support. I really appreciate you. Okay, so now this is gonna be glued here. Okay, I'm gonna glue it there. And I don't need this too long. I will adjust that in just a second. So I'm gonna add a little bit of hot glue. And I'm gonna add that there. Like so. Okay. This I'm gonna cut a little bit. I don't need him to be that long. Okay. And here I'm just gonna place I'm gonna do a flower. I'm gonna do a purple flower. Like that. Oh, super cute, you guys. Super cute. Like so. Like so. Okay. And so that's her little bow, or his or her little bow. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna glue the legs. Okay. One is gonna be here, and the other one is gonna go there, like that. You can also put them like so. Okay. Either. So a little bit of glue there. Because you know he's sticking out his feet out of the egg. Now you can leave this like this, like that, okay, like that, floating. Or if you want them to not be floating, okay, moving around, then you can just add a little extra dot of glue there on the back and glue them to the body, to the egg. Little bit of glue, you don't need a lot. Like so, okay? So now I'm gonna use a little bit of not hot, white paint, a little bit of white paint, and we'll do a few accents or highlights on here. Just a few highlights. So I'm gonna do one here. Okay, on the little beak. Then I'm gonna do some on the feet, like so, like that. Okay. If you want, you can also do some on the little wings, like so. But these are like small highlights, guys. You're not, I mean, they're not actual painting the piece, okay? Just the small highlights here and there. You can also do some on her face, like so, okay? Also do some here. Isn't that cute? Okay. And guys, that is it. That's all we're gonna do. So this cute little duck, it's officially done. That's all there is to it. What do you think? And it just darling, look at this. Super easy to make, but look, it's loaded with cuteness. You want to accessorize the egg, you can definitely add other things to the egg. You can put a butterfly, or you can also do a little bow. You just play around with other embellishments. But what do you say? What do you think? Isn't it just darling? It's super cute. It's super cute. And how do you like my hat? How do you like my hat? Oh, grab it. The other way. So what do you think, you guys? Look at this. Look at how cute this guy is. What do you think of my hat? It goes perfectly with this one. Huh? Hmm? Do we look alike? What do you say? I think my comments are frozen. Let me refresh it. Ah, there you are. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, guys. Well, remember, give this design a try. I think you're gonna have fun creating it. You're gonna love putting it together. Super easy, shouldn't take a long time to do. And look, it's just gorgeous. Perfect for screen or Easter, either way, to give away to someone as a celebration, to decorate your home, to put on your door, to display on a table, you name it. If you design wreaths, well, put it on your wreath, put it on swags. You can also use it as a pick on a arrangement. It can look super cute. So, but in the meantime, I really hope that you can come in back for more. Remember, the replay for this video will be available as soon as we're done with our video here tonight. And I will download it and try to upload it into YouTube. Okay. And I will link the video on YouTube to the item on Etsy, if that makes any sense. Okay. So always read the description of the item. For my patterns, you're going to be able to find a link to the tutorial, like this one we had tonight, and the item description. Okay. So Thank you so much, friends. I really appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Terry. I love making it too. It was super easy to make too. I was surprised, like it. Wow, it didn't take me that long. But thank you. I'm gonna make me one too with a bunny. Hopefully, I hope maybe this weekend I can take care of that. I don't know because I still gotta keep on working things for my group, and I gotta do certain things too for them. So, but anyway, so thank you so much, guys. I think we'll start next week. I have to finish the hanging bunny with the carrot. Oh, Barbara, I have so much to do too, girl. I have pieces of projects sitting around like everywhere for waiting on things and putting some things together, and something does not look good, so I gotta redo some. But it's getting there. So I'm making some advancement on that. I'm making some progress. Okay, friends. So you have a wonderful evening. Have an awesome weekend. And I will see you next week. Now, next week is going to be different. I hope to have another new pattern ready for you guys. But what I do want to do next week also is I need to have a live sale. So if you like my pretties and you would like to get your hands on some of them, I'm going to be having a live sale for everything that I have that I need to get rid of to make room for the new ones. Okay. And from now on, guys, every time I go live, consider that the item I made is ready for purchase. So if anybody's interested in buying it, let me know. Send me a private message and I'll get rid of it like right there. Okay. So, but in the meantime, enjoy your weekend. Have a wonderful evening and meet me here next week. I'll tell you time and date for the live sale. I really hope that you can come back so you can get off some things off my hands. Okay. All righty, friends. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.